President Trump and his fellow oligarchs attack us for our support of democratic socialism, they don't really oppose all forms of socialism. They may hate democratic socialism because it benefits working people, but they absolutely love corporate socialism that enriches Trump and other billionaires.
Yes.
Billion.
Yes.
Billion%.
Yes. Billion%.
As you watch this
Exactly
video,
right.
Don't forget what politics truly is. It's the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. It enables the rulers to keep on ruling you with your approval. They apply just enough force on you because too much and you'll revolt. Too little and the oligarchs won't be able to carry out their expensive agendas. Now, before I continue, censorship is getting ridiculous and many channels and videos have been eliminated from this platform. Before this channel disappears, sign up to my private email list through my website and join me on BitChute, Gab, Twitter, Instagram, Minds.com, and all my social media sites. I'll be posting content there that you won't be seeing over here. There's going to be another uncensored BitChute exclusive in the next couple days. The battle for free speech is real, guys. I'll leave all these links in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, if a group of your neighbors got together and decided that all the people in another neighborhood had the right to a decent job, the right to quality health care, the right to a complete education, the right to affordable housing, the right to a clean environment, and the right to a secure retirement, and in order to achieve these noble sounding objectives, all these neighbors of yours thought it was perfectly fine to steal not only from you, but also from future unborn generations. They believed that because people have all these rights, that other people have the implied obligation to provide for all these expensive rights. There's only one thing wrong with this. It's evil. Why? Because massive theft has to happen to pay for all these good sounding deeds. It's called socialism. The immoral redistribution of wealth by force. Force is involved in this equation because we're not talking about people voluntarily given to others. We're talking about coercive force by the government to run their so-called charitable organization. The strange thing is that people like the Young Turks are blinded by the overt evil of socialism.
There's been quite a bit of fear-mongering about Bernie Sanders and how he has labeled himself a democratic socialist. Well, in a speech that he gave today, he outlined exactly what his vision is for democratic socialism. And it includes the right to a decent job that pays a living wage, the right to quality health care, the right to a complete education, the right to affordable housing, the right to a clean environment, and also the right to a secure retirement.
Remember, these are rights declared by politicians. Rights declared by socialists so they can grab the reins of power and emerge as the heroes. The only problem is that they're not heroes, they're villains, because they seek to extract the funds for these programs by extortion. Declaring something to be a right automatically assumes an obligation on the part of those who will be forced to comply with the socialist agenda, or men with guns will come to destroy your life. The Young Turks and Bernie Sanders are advocating evil.
So even though there's a lot of fear-mongering going on about that, sounds pretty good to me.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Even though a lot of people think this sounds good, it doesn't matter. It's still evil.
Now, I want to go to the first clip where he explains in more detail about his vision for America.
Like today, the quest for transformative change was opposed by big business, by Wall Street, by the political establishment, by the Republican Party, and by the conservative wing of FDR's own Democratic Party. And he faced the same scare tactics then that we experience today. Red baiting, xenophobia, racism, and anti-Semitism.
Remember, just like all members of Congress, all members of the Senate, all presidents, all vice presidents, all these people are employees working for the Title 28, Section 3002, 15A federal corporation known as the United States. He's a corporate employee proclaiming to be for the little guy when he's actually a part of a huge problem.
So he gave a lot of history in his speech. It's great, and you should watch it. We got it up on tyt.com. And one of the pieces of history was about what Reagan, all the way back in 1960, said about John F. Kennedy. He said, under the tousled boyish haircut is still old Karl Marx. So the Republicans have been doing this for a long time. If you ever try to help anybody like Kennedy was and now Sanders is, they're like, Karl Marx, trying to help people, how dare you?
And there's your Republican Reagan versus Democrat Kennedy left versus right paradigm lie that keeps people enslaved inside the big top as they're mentally manipulated into participating in the never-ending three-ring circus.
And then referencing Roosevelt as he did there, he went on to talk about Harry Truman. And Harry Truman said, socialism is the epitaph that they have hurled at every advance the people have made in the last 20 years. Socialism is what they called Social Security.
Socialism is what they called Social Security.
Let's be honest, guys. Social Security is socialism. It's a massive government-run wealth redistribution program. Social Security started on August 14th, 1935, 22 years after the creation of the Federal Reserve. Social Security is the federal government openly stealing the product of the time and laboring energies from its subjects, its slaves.
So this is the oldest trick in the book. And unfortunately, it's not just the Republicans that are doing it. Now corporate Democrats are doing it against Bernie Sanders.
Corporate Democrats. Actually, that's a good term. Unfortunately, Uyghur believes the term only applies to some of the leeches in Congress when it applies to all of them. Left, right, it doesn't matter. They're all corporate leeches.
And most importantly, the mainstream media, over and over and over again, helping to spread that old lie that Republicans and conservatives in this country have been spreading for a long time. That if you actually try to help the average American worker get higher wages or get some sort of stability or peace of mind or health care, they say socialist, Karl Marx, Marxist.
Socialist, Karl Marx, Marxist.
I can't even describe how myopic this statement is. There's absolutely nothing wrong with helping people and giving them a hand in life. The problem is, how is this going to be accomplished? Under socialism, it's accomplished by threats of force and violence. It's me coming to your door and telling you that I'm going to help little Susie down the street get a pair of crutches so she can finally walk, and then sticking a gun in your face and forcing you to cough up the money to fund what I call Susie's right to walk. I'm committing evil under the guise of doing good. Only I'm not really doing good. I'm acting as a thug, and I want you to condone my thuggery.
It's the oldest trick in the book.
Absolutely. Well, it gives the masses more power.
Gives the masses more power.
Right, and that's something that those who are currently in power and who exploit the current power structure don't want.
This is a ridiculous statement. The very reason there is a current corrupt power structure is because of this socialist redistribution of wealth idea.
Gives the masses more power.
It doesn't empower the masses at all. It robs them while the socialist oligarchs profit handsomely and accumulate power from the backs of their subjects.
And when it comes to the Green New Deal, Naomi Klein, who wrote this piece in The Intercept, made such a great point. They keep talking about how it can't be done, it can't be done. But they said the same thing about the New Deal.
It's not about can't be done, it's about shouldn't be done because it's immoral. Besides, a $90 trillion price tag on the Green New Deal would make even the most wealthy Rothschild's banker salivate in his cognac.
Anyway, Bernie also says, let me be absolutely clear, democratic socialism to me requires achieving political and economic freedom in every community.
Think about the absurdity of this statement. We've already established that socialism is extortion. So here's how that statement reads with the proper word replacing the word socialism. Democratic extortion to me requires achieving political and economic freedom as we steal wealth by force from every community. You can't achieve any kind of freedom while you're forcefully robbing people. And if you're being forcefully robbed and you can't do anything to stop your attackers, you're not free anyway. You're a slave. I'll leave the original video link in the description so you can let the Young Turks know what you think about their deceptive practices. Don't forget to join me on all my alternative media sites. I'll leave those links in the description and in the pinned comment for you. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.